beyond 50. And my girl who turns
I'm not.
whatever, something.
What'd she say?
I'm not saying.
Ready?
16.
1, 2, 3.
Happy
Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. No. Yay. But at least you guys got nice and warm, but for Valentine's Day, it's going to be cold and all the rest. So anyway, we'll find a way to keep just to celebrate inside.
I just turned the heat up.
In
Yeah,
Kansas,
right.
That works really well. Go to your thermostat. Up.
in Kansas, it's already 2.5 below zero.
Hey, poor Kansas. Well, we wonderful Shabbat. We had Shabbat Shkalim. We had Shabbat Rosh Chodesh Adar, the very beginning of the month of Adar. And as we've talked a few times already, Mishaniknas Adar, Marbim B'Simcha. As Adar comes, the celebration comes, that increases, happiness increases. Hopefully, that we'll have more and more joy going forward with this country, with our families, with our community. Here's one thing I do want to share. Starting March the 12th, we're going to have opening it up so people can come to Friday night services as well as Shabbat morning. There's still going to be a limit. Right now, the limit is 50 for Shabbat morning. And if we have a bar bat mitzvah on the Shabbat morning, we'll be in the chapel, of course, or whatever, and we'll have to figure it out. But at least we'll have some people in, and that'll be nice to be able to see each other. We can't have oneg, so I know the herring customers won't be able to enjoy it all. But Mark and Bobby and Donna, good to see you. Lori and Mark, good to see you too. So at least there's some progress being made, and that's a nice thing too.
Yes.
Yeah. So as we have on Friday night, Yedi Nefesh, we welcome the added Sabbath soul, the spirit of rest and community. Let's turn to page 636 for Yedi Nefesh as we begin the Havdalah. Ready? So the beginning of the Havdalah service on page 610. Let's go ahead and light our candles. Looked like Amy was trying to get on too. Hopefully others who are trying to get on will be able to do so.
Can't even see it.
No. Careful. 'Cause
Yeah,
we don't
just
want
it.
that falls, we're really in
Yeah.
trouble.
I agree.
It's starting. It thinks it can, thinks it can. It's starting. Holy moly. Someone really dunked this last week. Yeah, it's starting to burn off. Okay, no, really, it's really. Hold on, have some patience. There we go. I have to get the flame so it's as good as the last house.
That's the benchmark.
That's right. They have the best flame.
Bro.
All right.
I Tzavod Imam.
Yaakov, Selah. Adonai Tzvaot Ashrei Adam Botecha. Adonai Hoshia HaMelech Yanenu V'Yom Kareinu. V'Yehudim Hayeta Ora V'Simcha V'Sason V'Kat. Ken Jelanu Kos Yeshuot Esa U'B'Shem Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu
Ore pari
La 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 la
Ore mine
Amen. La 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 Olam Moreh Moreh Hae Moreh Hae
Okay, 6:14, the concluding blessing. Baruch atah
Eloheinu melech olam
ben kodesh lechol ben or
Eino lechol Yisrael ami ben yom hashvi
Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch atah
ben kodesh lechol.
Sip the wine.
Oops, I got it. Hamavir ben kodesh lechol. Adonkeinu hu yimchol. Zareinu v'chasdeinu yarbechacho. V'kol chagavim balayla. Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu I hope everyone has a very sweet week. And Lauren, I want to thank you for hosting us again tonight. You're always wonderful. You work so hard all week long to hold everything together. I want to wish everyone out there a very happy Valentine's Day. Because you know what?
To you, and happy birthday, Susan.
Happy
Yes,
birthday.
happy
Birthday, Susan.
Happy birthday, Susan. Happy birthday, Roberta.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to
you.
everybody else's birthday.
Anyone else have any news to share that is going on? You're healthy and good.
So
Yeah,
far.
Susan and Paul finished with their second shots and
We are.
ours.
We finished.
Oh, good.
Great.
You too, Bobby and Mark?
Not yet. Mark's a little young and so am I.
That's the best excuse. Stay healthy.
We all have patience, and that'll be good. But
Yeah.
tomorrow, just remember that if you have love in your life, that's what matters most. And that's the blessing that we have. Sometimes in our with this separation, we don't get our friends together. And I love to be with you, but we also have to count the fact that no matter where we are, we can see each other, we can hear each other, and we can renew our
Yeah,
bonds.
we're lucky.
We can sing off key.
No matter what it-
By the way, Rabbi, the bar mitzvah of the two grandchildren of
I
Rabbi
know anything. Yeah.
was just, I cried from beginning to end.
Wasn't it like, you know what? I was so happy for Rabbi Zwerin and Ricky and the whole family.
Yeah, it was
And
beautiful.
it's just a very sweet story. And again, the heartbreaking part is that we would have had hundreds and hundreds of people in that section.
Yeah.
But at least people got to see it. And you know what else? The boys loved it. They shared, they had a great time, and the family was thrilled. And so that's its attitude. And we can always say, well, it wasn't this and wasn't that.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was what it was, and they made the best of it. And I'm
Certainly memorable, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely memorable.
It was really good.
You're right, Mel.
There's another positive to the whole thing. I
Yeah.
had a grandson who had his bar mitzvah during COVID, the end of August, and it was just a small group of people outside. And ordinarily there would have been 200 people there.
Yeah.
And he said he was so thrilled, and it felt so intimate to have just a few people there
Yeah.
enjoying it with him, and it took the pressure off him. So I believe that probably happened for these boys too. It was an incredible experience to watch them all celebrating up there.
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
And the kids have just been remarkable. Week after week, we have young people. Now, again, on Monday, I have this wedding, right? And it was supposed to be a big, big wedding down in Broadmoor, and it had to be canceled because of COVID. And then, they're away, and they had to go to Justice of the Peace just to, get married. But it was nothing, how to do. They 45 seconds of nothing. And so they called him. They said, Rick, we're going to be coming in for just a little bit. Can we do it? And I go, yes. And so again, they're not woe is me. It's not how terrible and unfortunate for us.
Right.
They are thrilled. And some loved ones who can't be there will participate by, FaceTime or whatever that is. And they'll be able to say something. But it's your attitude. And I'm
All
thinking,
about attitude.
yeah, and I see the young people especially are just showing the most wonderful attitude. And
Resiliency. They've
Yeah.
got the resiliency that
Yeah.
people my age are starting to find is a little bit more difficult to acquire, because the rubber band has been stretched so many times. It doesn't want to go back.
A very good image.
Well, you know what? The future's in good hands. We got good young people coming
I
along.
think you're right. The possibilities are great.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you guys are wonderful. I miss you terrible. And I hope that just keep good and keep safe and keep your masks on, keep our distance, and we can just hold on. I think a couple more months it'll start to be spring and we'll start to be able to come back in the temple together.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go outside.
Well, okay. Well, you can have some springtime services outside. That'd be nice too.
Paul,
Anyway,
you can go outside tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful, like 0.
That's to the high.
You know what? We'll meet you.
Okay, in the park.
I think we could all go out to a park tomorrow without
Yeah.
masks and hug each other and be fine because any of that virus would freeze.
I took a walk yesterday on the trail and later in the afternoon, and there was not one person on the trail. I guess because of the cold, but I was just very comfortable.
good for you. That's one. You know what? That fresh air, regardless, is always good. So I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Good week, everyone. Have a